Hi, it's Sue here from the Unicorn Advisory, your trusted Kajabi expert with a Kajabi Quick Tip for you. In this tutorial, we are looking at Kajabi's brand new feature, Saved Sections, and I am obsessed. This makes taking elements from one page and putting them on another page so much easier. In the past, if you wanted to take just one section of a page, you would need to manually recreate that page by having two tabs open and just going back and forth until everything was over, or you would have to duplicate an entire page and then delete the sections that you didn't want. Now you can save a section easily. It basically goes into a saved section library, and then you can use it on any other page. So I'm going to take you through how to do that, because the very cool thing is that you can also use it for emails and websites in Kajabi. So let's go and take a look at how you can use saved sections and save yourself a lot of time. So if you go into any page or section on Kajabi, so we have a page here, this is a landing page. So we want to save a section that can be used on another landing page. Now, at the moment, you're not able to save a landing page section and then use it on a website, landing pages to landing pages, website pages to website pages. Hopefully in future that is going to change. But let's just say that we want to save this bonus section because we really like how this is set up. Maybe it could be even that you've used or downloaded a Kajabi template and you just want to use that kind of layout. You're like, oh, I really like how these images go right to the edges of the pages and there's no space between them, and I don't want to have to faff around with working out the spacing and setting that up. So we can go down here to this bonus section. So we can click on it here. So this is the bonuses desktop, and just save the section. So we can save this as a bonuses desktop, and you can call it another name if you want to reference it. So I'm going to call this explicit because this is our explicit Kajabi template, and I am going to save. And if I then want to use this, perhaps you've actually gone through this template and you've saved some of the colors, you've saved the fonts, like you've made this template your own, then you are going to be able to save any section on any page and then move it and put it onto another page. So we're going to come back out to our landing pages, and we may be like, oh, where else can we put this? So we're going to come into this newsletter sales page. Now, for the purposes of this, it is a completely different type of page. Like this branding probably isn't go together. We can play around with it to make it go together, but I just want to show you how to actually move the section to be able to use one onto another page. So we've got this here, which is talking about pricing, and we want to add a section in. So we're going to add the section. And instead of doing the basic content sections that we would normally do, we're going to go to saved sections, which thankfully is right up the top. Then we will be able to see these sections that we have previously saved. So it's sorted by recent, so that can be helpful, but you've also got other options, when it was last used or the name. You can also do a find if you end up with lots of saved sections. So this one, I'm going to be like, all right, we want to add this bonuses section. So we're going to add this to the page. Now it is going to add the entire section. It's going to pick up the font of the page, like whatever the font is set in the settings. So whatever this page that you're putting it into, it is going to pick up the font. So please do bear that in mind. You may need to make some small changes. We can see there's a little bit of extra space because this text is going down another line. So I'm just going to change this and make it number 3. So that gets fixed up. So you can make then additional changes. This section has been brought onto this page. It's just going to pop it down to the bottom, and we can move it around to wherever we want. So if we wanted to move it up to here, or we want to move it into a different part of the page. So let's just say we're going to move it underneath pricing. This pricing section is now here with all of the same blocks set to exactly the same layouts that were on that original page. Like I said, you may just need to tweak and play around with the copy just to make sure it all lines up perfectly, because that font will change from one page to another, but da-da! So quick, so easy. And as someone who has made a lot of pages in Kajabi, the amount of time saving this is going to allow is phenomenal, especially if you use the same pages across different parts of your website. Maybe you've got like a special footer section or a special about me section with your image and some copy, like a bio section. Perhaps there is a particular way that you like to set out your bonuses or your pricing blocks, and you don't want to have to go in and recreate it every single time. Well, now you can save these sections and you will be able to use them throughout the rest of your site. It is pretty awesome. But let's also look at emails, because it's exactly the same system in the emails. Please do bear in mind, it is for these emails that are basically like building web pages, not for the automation emails or the classic editor, which are the text only. This is for the emails that have sections like this. So just like we could do on the page, the original page, like the landing page that we're on, any section of this page, like for example, one of the things that I often find people get frustrated by is setting up their social media icons. So let's just say we want to have this social icons section. We can save the section and we can call this social icons, assuming that you've updated everything and it's not going to the Kajabi version. So when you've updated it to be your own links, because it's so frustrating having to add those links back in every time. That section is now saved. So we can then go in and add it either to this one, we don't need to because it's already in there, but we can go the same way, saved sections, and it is going to, I'll explain this in a minute, it's going to show this social icon section and we can add it to the page. You can then add that to any Kajabi email template. Now this incompatible sections, what this is doing is showing other saved sections that are not compatible with what you are using it on. For example, we are in email templates, so we cannot use our landing page sections. If you are doing saved sections that are website, they are also going to show up in incompatible sections because website saved sections can only be used for website pages, landing pages to landing pages, emails to emails. So if you are wanting to save a section on a landing page, you won't be able to use that in email. It does need to be an email saved section, for example. But yes, whatever you are in, that is going to come up at the top. You can also do the find. You don't need to worry about incompatible sections because you can't use them in this place anyway. Add it to the page and you're good to go. So that is saved sections. It is something that is so cool. I am so happy that Kajabi have brought this out. There have been many of us Kajabi experts who have been begging Kajabi for years to have this. So now that we can use it, I hope it is something that will help save you time and make your Kajabi page editing experience so much more stress-free and easy. If you have any questions about this tutorial, or you have a tutorial that you would like to request, something that you would like me to make a Kajabi quick tip about, please pop that info down in the comments below. Remember to like this video. I always do a happy dance whenever I see someone has liked or subscribed to the channel. And make sure to head to theunicornadvisory.com to check out our fantastic Kajabi resources to support you as a Kajabi creator who wants to make the most of Kajabi. Sue McLachlan from the Unicorn Advisory. See you next time.